My child, listen very carefully. This message is not reaching you by accident. You are being called by heaven itself in this very moment. Archangel Michael stands beside you, holding a sealed letter in his hand. This letter carries the secret about an inheritance you never expected. Do not dismiss this as chance, your destiny is unfolding right now. The angels are whispering, only 3 minutes remain. You feel that sudden shiver in your spirit because this message is meant for you. Someone, long before you were born, signed your name into a divine promise. That promise is being unlocked today. If you close this message now, you may never see it again. Heaven is urgent, God is sending you a hidden truth that will shock you. A family member's action, once kept in darkness, is about to surface. This is not just about money, it is about justice, love, and divine order. Michael says, "Stay alert, beloved soul, because the letter is already moving toward you." Imagine a courier of light carrying your name on the envelope. It has been delayed many times because of envy, deception, and family battles. But now, the seal is breaking. You will soon hear words that change everything you thought you knew. And when the truth is spoken, your enemies will fall silent. Pause right now. Can you feel your heart racing? That's your spirit recognizing what heaven is about to place in your hands. Don't let doubt steal this moment. If these words are already piercing your heart, make sure you subscribe, because more divine revelations are waiting for you, and you cannot afford to miss them. Michael says, "Beloved, heaven is marking you today." Look around you, signs will start appearing. A repeated number, a sudden call, a stranger's words, none of these will be accidents. They will all point to this inheritance written in your destiny. Only 3 minutes, the angel repeats. The countdown is real. My beloved, do not take this lightly, because what I am about to reveal will shake the very foundation of how you see your life. You thought the path you were walking was ordinary, but heaven whispers that hidden threads have been guiding you toward this moment. Archangel Michael does not appear in vain, he arrives only when your destiny is at the edge of a breakthrough. The letter he carries has been written in fire, sealed by the hand of God himself, and it bears your name. For years, forces of envy and deception have tried to keep this letter from reaching you. They whispered lies, they built walls, they stirred confusion in your family. But now the walls are breaking down. The truth that was hidden is about to rise like the morning sun, unstoppable, undeniable, glorious. And you, chosen one, are the receiver of this inheritance that no enemy can steal. Do you hear the trembling in your spirit as these words reach you? That trembling is the echo of eternity calling you home to your promise. The angel says you are standing at a threshold. Behind one door is despair, confusion, and delay. Behind the other is light, abundance, and revelation. But here is the warning, the door of light does not stay open forever. Heaven moves with urgency, and Michael is shouting now, "Open quickly, my beloved, only moments remain." You must not allow doubt or hesitation to snatch this blessing away. For even as you read, forces of jealousy are rising, hoping you will turn away before the secret is revealed. But what they do not know is that God has already chosen the hour, and that hour is now. Your inheritance, both in spirit and in the physical, is written into your story. A divine turnaround is in motion, and once you step through, there will be no turning back. This is more than wealth, my child. This is a restoration of everything stolen from you. The sleepless nights, the betrayals, the tears shed in silence, none of it was wasted. Heaven has been counting every tear like diamonds stored in a vessel, waiting for the day they would be poured back into your life as overflowing blessings. Archangel Michael is the guardian of that vessel, and he is commanding you now, stay, listen, receive. Do not walk away. You have been chosen to inherit not only material blessings but the breaking of generational curses that plagued your family for decades. What once destroyed others will not touch you. The letter is not only an announcement of inheritance, but also a divine decree that the chain is broken. Your name is written in light, and even now the angel's sword cuts through the darkness surrounding you. You will rise, and they will marvel, wondering how everything shifted so suddenly in your favor. Pause and think, beloved, of all the strange delays in your life, the opportunities that slipped away at the last second, the people who promised much but disappeared without a trace, the sudden illnesses or obstacles that stopped you just before a breakthrough. Do you see it now? These were not random. These were the shadows working overtime to keep you from the inheritance promised. But heaven is tired of waiting. God's hand has slammed down, declaring, enough. And when God says enough, no force on earth or in hell can resist. This is why Archangel Michael stands beside you now with urgency, repeating over and over, time is short. Act quickly. Receive now. The inheritance has been delayed long enough, but the delay has expired. Even now, unseen hands are shifting papers, unlocking doors, and aligning people in your favor. The world will call it coincidence, but you will know it is divine orchestration. My beloved child, heaven does not waste moments, and this one has been carved out for you from the beginning of time. You may think that the struggles you faced were accidents, but the truth is far deeper. Every delay, every rejection, every painful goodbye was actually a divine rearrangement to bring you into alignment with this moment. Archangel Michael says the letter in his hand is more than paper, it is a divine scroll. On it is written your name, your breakthrough, and the release of a hidden inheritance that no enemy can block any longer. This inheritance may come through people you least expect, or through channels you never imagined, but know this, God Himself authored it. It is not simply money, it is justice. It is not simply a gift, it is restoration. And once you open yourself to receive it, your life will never look the same again. My beloved child, heaven does not waste moments, and this one has been carved out for you from the beginning of time. You may think that the struggles you faced were accidents, but the truth is far deeper. Every delay, every rejection, every painful goodbye was actually a divine rearrangement to bring you into alignment with this moment. Archangel Michael says the letter in his hand is more than paper, it is a divine scroll. On it is written your name, your breakthrough, and the release of a hidden inheritance that no enemy can block any longer. This inheritance may come through people you least expect, or through channels you never imagined, but know this, God Himself authored it. It is not simply money, it is justice. It is not simply a gift, it is restoration. And once you open yourself to receive it, your life will never look the same again. Do not underestimate the urgency of this hour. Archangel Michael is not whispering, he is thundering. He warns that the enemy is making one last attempt to distract you, to confuse you, to make you doubt these words. That is why your spirit feels a battle within right now, the light pulling you forward, the darkness pulling you back. But hear the truth, the darkness has already lost. You are marked by heaven. The angel of the Lord is encamped around you. Michael's sword is drawn, and every opposing force is trembling. Your name has been inscribed in golden letters on this decree, and no jealous hand, no lying tongue, no manipulative plan can erase it. The enemy's time is over, and the angel says, the clock is ticking, the letter is moving, the inheritance is coming. Do not walk away from this word, for it was written for your ears alone. Even now, unseen miracles are aligning. You may feel the stirring already in your chest, a sudden restlessness, a strange anticipation, as though something massive is around the corner. That feeling is confirmation. Heaven is preparing to shock you with what your family, your friends, and even your enemies thought impossible. For too long, promises hovered over your life but never seemed to manifest. For too long, others were elevated while you were left waiting. But today, the order is being reversed. The last shall become first. The forgotten shall be remembered. The hidden one shall be revealed. Michael is holding the seal, and once he breaks it, there will be no stopping the flood of blessings that pour forth. Stand ready, beloved, for your inheritance is not future, it is now. My beloved, hear this voice not as an echo of the world but as the breath of eternity that has chosen you in this exact moment. You have walked through valleys that others could not survive, and you have endured storms that were meant to break you. But those storms were not sent to destroy you, they were sent to strip away the illusions, to strengthen your soul, and to prepare you for the unveiling of your inheritance. Archangel Michael stands over you even now, his wings stretching wide like a shield of fire, declaring that no longer will delay or deception hold you back. He has been commanded by the Almighty to deliver this sealed letter, and it carries the decree that changes your destiny. Within this divine scroll lies the restoration of everything stolen, the elevation you were promised, and the proof that God has never forgotten you. The whisper in your chest, that trembling in your spirit, is heaven's confirmation that this word is yours. For years, you have wondered why opportunities seem to vanish at the last second, why people who promised loyalty disappeared, why doors slammed shut when you were so close to stepping in. What you did not see was the hidden battle raging around you. Angels fought unseen wars to protect you from traps designed to lure you into destruction. Every no you faced was heaven's way of preserving the yes that belongs only to you. And now, the yes has arrived. The time of waiting has expired. Archangel Michael announces, the seal is breaking. The letter is moving. The inheritance is here. This is not a distant promise, it is unfolding even now. The enemies that conspired against you are trembling, for the decree from heaven is higher than every earthly power. They cannot stop what God has already released. They may watch, they may gossip, they may envy, but they will not touch what belongs to you. My child, do you feel how these words pierce through doubt and fear? That piercing is no accident, it is the sword of the Spirit cutting away lies that chained you for years. Heaven is breaking the cycle of delay in your bloodline. Generations before you cried out for justice, but the fulfillment has been reserved for you. You are the vessel chosen to carry the breakthrough for your family. The letter Michael holds is not just about money, it is about honor, restoration, and divine proof that your name was never erased from the book of destiny. Even now, the spiritual atmosphere is shifting around you. Strange signs will begin to appear, numbers repeating, names resurfacing, sudden dreams that feel too vivid to ignore. Pay attention. These are confirmations from heaven that the inheritance is already unfolding. Beloved soul, let your heart not be troubled by the whispers of doubt that creep into your mind. Those whispers are the last desperate cries of the enemy trying to stop you from believing. But the truth stands eternal. God has spoken, and Michael has obeyed. The inheritance is written in fire, and no shadow can erase what has been sealed by light. In the coming days, you will see evidence with your own eyes. A letter, a message, a call, or a document will arrive, carrying unexpected news. At first it may shock you, but do not be afraid. This is the hand of God arranging what men tried to bury. This is the justice of heaven bringing balance to every wrong. This is the inheritance of a child chosen by the Most High. The angel repeats, "Do not delay. Do not doubt. Receive this word now, for time is short." Every moment you spend in faith now is a seed planted into eternity. Heaven measures faith, and your willingness to hold on despite the storms has been seen. Archangel Michael says your endurance has been recorded as a testimony before the throne of God. That is why your reward is multiplied. You will not receive in measure of what you lost, you will receive in measure of what you endured. The more pain you carried, the greater the restoration that now comes. And when the world sees it, they will call it a miracle. They will not understand how your story turned so suddenly, but you will know. You will know that it was God, that it was His hand, that it was His timing. You will testify, and your testimony will break chains for others who hear it. Every moment you spend in faith now is a seed planted into eternity. Heaven measures faith, and your willingness to hold on despite the storms has been seen. Archangel Michael says your endurance has been recorded as a testimony before the throne of God. That is why your reward is multiplied. You will not receive in measure of what you lost, you will receive in measure of what you endured. The more pain you carried, the greater the restoration that now comes. And when the world sees it, they will call it a miracle. They will not understand how your story turned so suddenly, but you will know. You will know that it was God, that it was His hand, that it was His timing. You will testify, and your testimony will break chains for others who hear it. Do not think of yourself as small. Do not believe the lies that you are unworthy. If you were not worthy, this word would never have found you. If you were not chosen, the angel would not be standing by your side now. Heaven invests only in those marked by destiny, and you are marked. Every scar you carry is evidence of the battles you survived, and every battle you survived is evidence of the crown that awaits. Michael whispers now, your enemies underestimated you. They thought they could bury your promise, but they only buried a seed. That seed has taken root, and it is breaking through the soil with unstoppable force. The harvest is coming, beloved. The inheritance is blooming, and the time of waiting is over. You may not see the full picture yet, but trust this: behind the scenes, paperwork is shifting, decisions are changing, hearts are softening, and what once seemed impossible is aligning perfectly. You will look back and realize that even the delays were divine strategy, positioning you so that no one else could claim what belongs to you. That is why the angel says the letter is sealed with your name alone. No other hand can open it. No other eye can read it. It is yours, and yours only. The inheritance was crafted for your blood, your journey, your destiny. And once it is in your hands, it will not only bless you but ripple outward, blessing others in ways you cannot yet imagine. Beloved child, as you sit with these words, heaven leans closer to you. This is no ordinary moment, no ordinary day. The entire timeline of your life has been building toward this season, and the angel stands ready to deliver what was written before your birth. The inheritance has always been yours, but the enemy fought to keep it hidden, hoping you would grow weary and give up. Yet you did not give up. Every sleepless night you endured, every prayer whispered in the dark, every tear that fell when no one was watching, they were all counted. Heaven recorded them, and today Archangel Michael declares the reward. The scroll in his hand trembles with divine energy, waiting to be opened. On it is written your vindication, your breakthrough, your abundance. You must know this truth: no shadow can erase what the light has decreed. For too long, your life has been a battlefield. Friends turned into foes, promises turned into disappointments, and doors you trusted slammed without warning. But hear this: none of it was wasted. Every betrayal became a stepping stone. Every loss became a seed for multiplication. The angels were not idle, they were arranging, defending, and guiding you even when you felt abandoned. Now the announcement is clear: the inheritance has matured, and the time for release is here. You may sense already the unusual stirring, the sudden changes, the unexplainable signs that something is shifting. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations. They are heaven's way of preparing your heart so you will not be shocked when the miracle appears. My child, this is why Michael cries, only moments remain. Receive this word with faith. Imagine for a moment the letter in Michael's hand. It is not written in ink but in light. Every word carved into it carries power that shapes reality. Your name is glowing upon it, surrounded by seals of fire that no enemy can touch. This is not just a letter about wealth, it is a declaration that your story is turning. Where there was shame, there will be honor. Where there was lack, there will be abundance. Where there was silence, there will be songs of testimony. Even now, unseen forces are working. A decision in your favor is being made behind closed doors. A person you never expected is being moved to act on your behalf. A hidden truth is being exposed. And when it all unfolds, you will remember this moment, and you will know that it was heaven that sent this word. Beloved, pay attention to the signs in your path. You may notice repeating numbers, unusual dreams, or conversations that feel strangely pointed toward your situation. These are divine markers leading you toward the fulfillment of the inheritance. Do not dismiss them. The angels are guiding you step by step, ensuring you do not miss the door when it opens. And when it opens, it will open wide. No hand will be able to shut it. You will walk through, and the blessing will not trickle but flood. The years of waiting will collapse into a single moment of overflow. People will ask, "How did this happen so suddenly?" And you will answer, "It was God. It was His timing. It was His promise." My child, the clock is real. Michael repeats it again, the countdown has begun. Heaven does not move according to man's schedule, but when the divine clock strikes, nothing can delay it. You are standing on the edge of that strike. Do not allow fear to rob you of faith now. Do not allow weariness to blind you from what is here. You are closer than you think, nearer than you imagine. Your inheritance is not in the distant future, it is pressing against the walls of the present, ready to break through. The letter is moving, the seal is breaking, the announcement is coming. Prepare your heart, for you are about to see the justice of God with your own eyes. My child, the Spirit says to you now, this is not the season to doubt, this is the season to prepare. For what is being released will come quickly, like rain pouring suddenly on dry land. You have walked through barren fields, where nothing seemed to grow, where your efforts felt wasted, where every step only led to more questions. But heaven declares that those barren fields are about to bloom overnight. The inheritance that has been hidden is like a seed buried in the soil of time. Others thought it was forgotten, others thought it was dead, but God says the soil has been breaking beneath the surface. Roots have grown in silence, and now the fruit will appear in abundance. Archangel Michael is not warning you for nothing, he is urging you to stay ready because once the breakthrough bursts forth, you will need the strength to gather all that is being given. My child, the Spirit says to you now, this is not the season to doubt, this is the season to prepare. For what is being released will come quickly, like rain pouring suddenly on dry land. You have walked through barren fields, where nothing seemed to grow, where your efforts felt wasted, where every step only led to more questions. But heaven declares that those barren fields are about to bloom overnight. The inheritance that has been hidden is like a seed buried in the soil of time. Others thought it was forgotten, others thought it was dead, but God says the soil has been breaking beneath the surface. Roots have grown in silence, and now the fruit will appear in abundance. Archangel Michael is not warning you for nothing, he is urging you to stay ready because once the breakthrough bursts forth, you will need the strength to gather all that is being given. Beloved soul, think back to the times you almost gave up. Remember the nights when heaviness pressed against your chest, and you asked, "Why me? Why so much pain?" Those nights were not ignored by heaven. The angels collected each cry, each prayer, each plea, and brought them before the throne. And God, who is faithful, said, "In due time, my child will reap." That due time is now. The inheritance is not only wealth or opportunity, it is joy restored, peace overflowing, honor returned to your name, and doors flung open that no man can close. You will see those who mocked you silenced, not by your hand, but by the undeniable move of God in your life. They will say, "Surely this is the Lord's doing," for they will not be able to explain it any other way. The angel says the letter is not only for your gain, it is also for your testimony. You are chosen to be a carrier of hope, a light for others stumbling in the dark. When they see what God has done for you, their faith will rise, their hearts will believe again, and chains will break over their lives too. Do not take this lightly, for your story will unlock freedom for many. This is why the attack on your life was so fierce. The enemy was not only trying to destroy you but to silence your testimony. Yet you survived. You are here. And because you are here, nothing can stop what comes next. Michael says, "Stand tall, beloved, the letter is almost in your hand. The inheritance is about to touch your life. Already, currents are shifting. Papers are being signed, hearts are being moved, resources are being released. Do not be surprised if someone you never expected reaches out with words that shift everything. Do not be surprised if an opportunity appears suddenly, with no explanation. This is not chance, it is divine orchestration. The timing is perfect, because heaven's calendar has struck your appointed hour. All that seemed delayed is now aligned. All that was blocked is now open. You will see the hand of God arranging even the smallest details, proving to you that nothing escapes His sight. And when you look back, you will see how every step, even the painful ones, were leading you to this inheritance. My beloved, do not let the weight of yesterday blind you to what is breaking forth today. The Spirit says, your inheritance is not a rumor, it is not a dream, it is not a wish, it is a decree. When God decrees, nothing can stand against it. Archangel Michael stands at your door with fire in his eyes and authority in his voice, announcing that the decree has been signed, sealed, and released. The letter carries more than promises, it carries orders from heaven that command creation itself to align with your destiny. The people meant to bless you are being stirred awake. The opportunities you thought were gone are circling back with greater power. Even as you breathe these words, angels are moving on assignments, unlocking doors, dismantling barriers, and placing you in the position heaven has chosen for you. This is why the warfare around you grew so intense, because your season of inheritance is here. Do not underestimate what is coming. This is not a small shift, it is a complete turnaround. The angel says, "Beloved, you will not recognize yourself after this." The heaviness that clung to your shoulders will lift. The shame that haunted your family name will be erased. The lack that defined your days will dissolve into abundance. And more than these things, peace will flood your spirit like a river, washing away the years of doubt and despair. You will laugh again. You will stand with boldness again. You will walk with favor that cannot be denied. For the inheritance is not just for your hands, it is for your heart, your soul, your identity. Heaven is rewriting the chapter of your story, and the new words will read, chosen, favored, lifted, victorious. Beloved, the enemy still whispers that you are unworthy, but heaven silences that lie. If you were unworthy, the angel would not stand by you now. If you were forgotten, these words would not find you today. You are chosen. You are sealed. You are appointed. This is why your journey has been different, why your road felt heavier than others, why you carried weights unseen. The greater the inheritance, the greater the preparation. You were being stretched, strengthened, refined, not punished. And today, the refining reveals its reward. Michael holds the scroll, and as he breaks the seal, heaven's light pours forth, filling your life with what was promised long ago. What was once hidden is now revealed, and what was delayed is now delivered. My beloved, lift your head, for the heavens are bending low to meet you in this hour. The voice of God calls you not to fear, not to doubt, not to shrink back from what is unfolding. You have walked through fire, but the fire has not consumed you. You have walked through waters, but the waters did not drown you. Every season of survival has been pointing to this moment of breakthrough. Archangel Michael is not speaking in whispers now, he is thundering with urgency, declaring that the sealed inheritance is no longer in waiting. It is in motion. Even now, the scroll of light bearing your name is opening, and the sound of its seal cracking echoes across the realms. You may not hear it with your ears, but your spirit feels it, your heart trembles with it, and your soul knows it to be true. You ask, why now, after all this time? And heaven answers, because the time of hiding is over. What was once delayed was only delayed to protect you, to prepare you, to preserve the weight of what you are about to carry. Others would have crumbled under this blessing, you will not. Others would have squandered this inheritance, you will steward it with wisdom. That is why the process was so long, why the trials were so fierce, why the night seemed endless. It was not punishment, it was preparation. And now, as Michael raises the sword of truth, every false word spoken against you is being shattered, every curse is being reversed, and every chain is being broken. You are stepping into freedom, beloved, and your life will testify that the waiting was not in vain. You ask, why now, after all this time? And heaven answers, because the time of hiding is over. What was once delayed was only delayed to protect you, to prepare you, to preserve the weight of what you are about to carry. Others would have crumbled under this blessing, you will not. Others would have squandered this inheritance, you will steward it with wisdom. That is why the process was so long, why the trials were so fierce, why the night seemed endless. It was not punishment, it was preparation. And now, as Michael raises the sword of truth, every false word spoken against you is being shattered, every curse is being reversed, and every chain is being broken. You are stepping into freedom, beloved, and your life will testify that the waiting was not in vain. Look around you, child. Do you notice how quickly things begin to shift? What was stagnant begins to move, what was silent begins to speak, what was blocked begins to open. This is the rhythm of heaven breaking into your reality. Inheritances are not always coins or lands, sometimes they are doors of influence, divine relationships, healing for generations, favor that changes entire bloodlines. Yours carries all of these. The angels are arranging a domino effect, where one moment unlocks the next, and before you know it, the floodgates are open. You will look back and marvel at how suddenly it all happened, yet deep inside you will know, it was always written, always prepared, always yours. And no hand of man could have stopped it. My beloved, hear me now with the ears of your spirit, for this is not a story, this is not imagination, this is your reality shifting before your very eyes. The Spirit of God declares that you are stepping into the hour where hidden things are revealed, where the secrets kept from you are exposed, and where the inheritance long delayed is finally placed in your hand. Archangel Michael does not come with idle words. His presence is a sign that the battle in the heavens has been won, that the forces resisting you have fallen, and that your portion is descending with speed. You may not yet see the fullness, but you already feel the trembling, the anticipation, the undeniable pull that change is upon you. This is heaven's alarm ringing in your soul. Do not miss this moment. Do not turn away. Do not doubt. For years, you carried the weight of questions no one could answer. Why did doors close so suddenly? Why did those you trusted turn away? Why did the path twist into darkness when you longed for light? Now you will see the truth. Those detours were protection, those losses were preservation, those delays were divine setups. If you had walked into the wrong doors, the inheritance would have slipped from your grasp. But God, who sees the end from the beginning, kept you from paths that looked right but led to destruction. Today He reveals why. He preserved the best for you, and He sends Michael to deliver it. The letter is not only a symbol, it is the decree of heaven that no enemy can block. Your enemies may watch, but they cannot touch. They may whisper, but their words dissolve into nothing. You are shielded, beloved, and the inheritance is secure. Even as these words reach you, things are stirring in the unseen. Conversations are being had with your name in them. Documents are being touched with your favor written across them. People who once resisted you are being softened. Systems that once blocked you are being dismantled. What seemed immovable is moving, what seemed impossible is aligning. You will stand in awe, not because it happened, but because of how it happened. It will be sudden, it will be undeniable, and it will carry the signature of God so clearly that no one will be able to deny it. This is not mere hope, child, it is fulfillment. It is manifestation. It is the harvest of every seed of endurance you planted in the soil of suffering. My beloved, the heavens lean close as I speak these words to you now. This is not a coincidence, not a passing message, but a divine appointment. The Spirit has chosen this moment to place truth in your path, for you have walked through shadows long enough. Archangel Michael stands with a scroll in his hand, and upon it is written the decree of your inheritance. This decree is not the opinion of man, it is not subject to the shifting winds of circumstance. It is eternal, sealed with fire, signed by the breath of God Himself. You are not forgotten, you are not abandoned, and you are not overlooked. Heaven has written your name, and now that writing is being read aloud in the courts of eternity. The inheritance is yours, and not even the fiercest resistance can delay it any longer. Do you feel it, child? The atmosphere around you trembles because something long buried is rising to the surface. That heaviness pressing against your chest is not fear but the breaking of chains. The walls that hemmed you in are cracking, and the flood is rushing toward you. This is why Michael speaks with urgency. Do not turn away, do not ignore, for the letter is already on its way. There have been forces at work trying to silence you, to distract you, to make you believe that your life would remain the same forever. But God says no. The cycle has ended. The night has passed. The dawn is breaking, and with the dawn comes the revelation of what was hidden. You will soon hold in your hands evidence that God has been working behind the scenes all along. Beloved, understand this clearly, your inheritance is not merely about money or possessions. It is about restoration. It is about justice. It is about reclaiming what was stolen from your family line, what was buried by jealousy, what was hindered by lies. The angel says, "You are the chosen one to break the pattern. Where others fell, you will stand. Where others surrendered, you will overcome. Your testimony will ripple through generations, rewriting the story of your bloodline." This is why the battle was fierce, because the blessing is great. But the battle has ended, and the blessing has begun. Michael's sword has struck, and the enemy's grip has been loosed. What was chained is free, what was hidden is revealed, what was delayed is delivered. You, beloved, are stepping into the fulfillment of God's decree. Beloved child, the heavens have not forgotten a single cry that left your lips, nor a single tear that fell unseen. Every moment of pain, every hour of waiting, every betrayal endured, none of it was wasted. God was watching, angels were recording, and now the hour of recompense has struck. Archangel Michael lifts his voice and says, "The time of mourning is finished, the time of restoration has begun." The inheritance is not only approaching, it is pressing against your life with unstoppable force. Even as you breathe these words, alignments are forming. People you thought were far away are being drawn back into your story, but this time not to harm, this time to deliver. Systems that resisted you are being overturned. The invisible hand of God is writing your name into places of favor you never imagined. Beloved, the letter is real, and its contents will astonish you. You have wondered why your journey seemed lonelier than others, why your road carried heavier burdens. It is because the weight of your inheritance is greater. A small destiny requires little preparation, but a great destiny demands a refining fire. That fire shaped you, strengthened you, and prepared you to stand when the inheritance arrives. For what is coming is not fragile, it is mighty, it is lasting, it is generational. Heaven says your blessing will not only cover you, it will flow to those connected to you, breaking curses in your family, lifting burdens off your children, shifting the story of your name. The angel declares, "This is bigger than you thought, greater than you dreamed, stronger than you imagined." Do not let fear whisper lies to you now. Fear is the final weapon of the enemy, but it has no power here. The seal is broken, and the inheritance is released. Beloved, mark this, signs will follow quickly. You may hear words from strangers that feel like confirmations, you may see numbers repeating with divine precision, you may feel sudden waves of peace washing over you for no reason. These are not accidents, they are signals from heaven that the release has already begun. Trust them. Lean into them. Do not brush them aside. For heaven communicates with those it favors, and you are highly favored. Michael says, "Look closely, beloved, for the signs will come swiftly, and they will guide you into the fullness prepared for you." Even now, doors are unlocking, resources are flowing, and truth is rising like dawn. You will not be able to deny it when it comes, for the glory will be unmistakable. This is not the work of man, it is the hand of God moving with precision and power. My beloved, lean closer, for the voice of heaven is calling you by name. The time has come when what was hidden will no longer remain in shadow. For too long, the enemy rejoiced in secret, believing that his schemes could bury your destiny. But hear the decree of the Lord: what was buried is being unearthed, what was stolen is being restored, what was delayed is now being delivered. Archangel Michael holds the scroll high, and as its seal cracks open, the heavens roar with approval. Your inheritance is not slipping toward you slowly, it is rushing, unstoppable, like a river breaking through a dam. Every obstacle is being swept away, every barrier dismantled. You will stand in awe as events unfold that you could never have orchestrated on your own. And in that awe you will know, this is the hand of God, this is the promise fulfilled, this is the miracle arriving. Beloved child, you once thought silence meant abandonment, but heaven's silence was only strategy. While you waited, armies of angels were being positioned. While you prayed, God was rearranging pieces in places you could not see. While you cried, the scroll of your destiny was being guarded in the courts of eternity. Now the guard has ended, and the release has begun. Michael's sword flashes as he declares, no more delay, no more hindrance, no more chains. The inheritance carries more than wealth, it carries justice. Those who spoke against you will be silenced not by your hand, but by undeniable truth. Those who doubted you will watch with astonishment as the very thing they mocked becomes your testimony. Your life will be a living letter, read by all, proclaiming the faithfulness of God. This is why the urgency burns in these words, because the countdown is real, and the release is already unfolding. You will notice, child, how swiftly the atmosphere changes around you. What once felt heavy will suddenly feel light. Where doors were closed, new ones will swing wide without effort. Where conversations ended in disappointment, new voices will arise with unexpected favor. This is the pattern of inheritance, the rhythm of restoration. Heaven is not trickling blessing into your life, it is pouring, overflowing, abundant beyond measure. You will not only receive enough, you will receive more than enough, so that your blessing becomes a blessing for others. And as you give, the flow will not stop, for heaven rewards those who pour out what they have received. You will become a channel of light, a vessel of abundance, a testimony of the power of God's timing. Do not doubt, beloved, for the letter is open, the decree is active, and the inheritance is yours. My beloved, the Spirit says to you now, do not measure your future by the shadows of your past. What has happened before does not determine what is about to unfold. The seasons of loss, the days of waiting, the nights of unanswered questions, all of them are about to be swallowed up by a wave of fulfillment. Archangel Michael holds the letter, and it burns with urgency in his hands, for it was written with your name long ago. Its seal has been preserved, its words untouched, its decree unchallenged. Every attempt to destroy it has failed. Every scheme to delay it has fallen apart. Now the scroll opens, and its words are alive, carrying the power to shift your entire existence. Beloved, heaven shouts over you, this is your hour. This is your inheritance. This is your release. And no one, not friend, not foe, not family, can take it away. Child, you must understand the depth of what is unfolding. This is not simply an opportunity knocking at your door, this is destiny stepping into your reality. For too long, others have walked into blessings while you were left behind, but now the divine scales tip in your favor. God's justice is not slow, though it often feels delayed. It is precise, perfect, unshakable. You are about to witness that precision. Suddenly, a message will arrive, a word will be spoken, a door will open, and everything will align. What once seemed locked will swing wide. What once seemed dead will come alive. The very things you thought were lost forever are returning, but in greater measure, restored, multiplied, transformed. Archangel Michael says, "Lift your head, beloved, for your miracle is closer than you think. Stay alert, for the signs are already appearing." Child, you must understand the depth of what is unfolding. This is not simply an opportunity knocking at your door, this is destiny stepping into your reality. For too long, others have walked into blessings while you were left behind, but now the divine scales tip in your favor. God's justice is not slow, though it often feels delayed. It is precise, perfect, unshakable. You are about to witness that precision. Suddenly, a message will arrive, a word will be spoken, a door will open, and everything will align. What once seemed locked will swing wide. What once seemed dead will come alive. The very things you thought were lost forever are returning, but in greater measure, restored, multiplied, transformed. Archangel Michael says, "Lift your head, beloved, for your miracle is closer than you think. Stay alert, for the signs are already appearing." Beloved, your life is not random. Your story has always been under the careful hand of heaven. The struggles, though painful, shaped you into a vessel capable of carrying what is now being poured. If this inheritance had come earlier, you would not have been ready. If it had come in another season, you may have doubted or even rejected it. But now, your spirit is strong, your discernment sharpened, your faith tested like gold refined in fire. This is why it comes now, because you are prepared to handle what others could not. And as it comes, the world around you will shift. People will ask, "How did this happen?" And you will answer not with pride but with truth, "It was God. It was His timing. It was His hand." Beloved child, the heavens speak over you with clarity, the cycle of delay has ended. You have endured the season of silence, and now the trumpet of release is sounding. Archangel Michael proclaims that the scroll has been opened, and every word written within it is now alive in your life. Do not measure the future by what your eyes see today, for your reality is already being rewritten. Even as you wonder how these things could be possible, angels are at work, moving through the unseen, turning hearts, shifting documents, arranging moments that will align like pieces of a divine puzzle. The hand of God is weaving what once seemed scattered into a tapestry of victory. You, beloved, will soon stand in the place of promise, holding in your hands the evidence that heaven's decree cannot fail. You ask in your heart, "Can this truly be for me?" And the Spirit answers, "Yes, my child, it is yours." Doubt tries to creep in, reminding you of disappointments past, but those disappointments were not your final chapter. They were the preparation for this unveiling. The inheritance you are stepping into is not fragile or temporary, it is eternal, sealed, and overflowing. You will see restoration in places you thought were barren. You will hear apologies where there was once slander. You will receive honor where there was once shame. This is not wishful thinking, it is the manifestation of divine order. Michael lifts his sword and declares that the forces which opposed you are now powerless. Their season has ended, and your season has begun. Beloved, watch how quickly the atmosphere begins to shift. What once required striving will now flow with ease. What once felt impossible will suddenly feel natural. The burdens that weighed on your shoulders will lift, and you will walk lighter, freer, stronger. Do not be surprised when people who once ignored you suddenly take notice, for the light upon you will be undeniable. Do not be alarmed when doors you never knocked on swing open, for the favor written in your inheritance will precede you. You will not have to chase it, it will find you. Heaven's decree has set this in motion, and nothing will turn it back. Your task now is to believe, to remain steady, and to prepare your heart for the flood that is already breaking through.